Hi everyone, welcome to part 15 of A Revolution of Light and Love, a beautiful book of channel teachings from Jesus on how you can find joy, peace and love by living as your true self. And today's part is called A Revolution of Light and Love. And you'll see in today's reading why this book was so meant for this time. And there's a lovely phrase Jesus uses about spreading an epidemic of love. And I just think that is so beautiful at this time, an epidemic of love. At this time when we're all in the pandemic and living in fear and loss and confusion, that we can turn that around and we can create this epidemic of love instead. So let's just take a moment to tune into the energy below the words before we start. So just gently closing your eyes when you're ready. Taking some long, slow, deep breaths in. Letting everything go in the out breaths. Letting your body gently soften. Letting your body gently relax. Letting your body gently sink down. Gently focusing on your heart. Breathing into your heart. Feeling the peace rise up from your heart. And gently opening your heart to all the love, healing and guidance coming to you now. And if you want, you can keep your eyes closed as you listen. A revolution of light and love. You are like an arrow flying through the air, steadfast on its course back to the source. Sometimes you try to burden yourself down with negative emotions, or knock yourself off course with negative thoughts. Sometimes you let others push you around and veer you off course. But once you decide to let go and unburden yourself of these external things, for even your emotions and your thoughts are external to your true self in soul, then you will be right back on your steady course. So it is always a matter of unburdening and letting go of the things that try and knock you off course. And it is always this easy to get back on your path. You have made it into a big thing to be on your path, when in fact it is the most simple, the most natural thing in the world to be on it. In fact, you put a lot of effort into trying to knock yourself off your path, through fear, through wrong conditioning, through misunderstanding. I am here to tell you that when you take to your path, everything will flow so simply and easily that you will wonder how life can be this wonderful. At this stage, many of you start to doubt and start to cling again to the fears that originally knocked you off course. It is as if you are more comfortable in the fear and the troubled state than you are in a happy state. This may be because sadly this troubled state is more natural to you, but this is an unnatural order of things. You are meant to be full of joy and bliss as you followed your path. Now is the time to accept that and change your normality to the true path. Don't listen to what others have told you is normal. Listen to me. Feel the truth of my words in your heart, in your soul. As each of you gets back on your true course, so the world will turn on its axis, one soul at a time. As you behave differently, so others will learn from you. As you display your highest self, so others will be inspired to find and shine theirs. At the moment you learn from each other's negativity, imagine how everyone will grow when you learn from each other's true spiritual states, when this ripples out and expands across the world. First, you must be brave enough to show your true spiritual self to others. This can be hard when everyone expects you to come from a place of selfishness and self-motivation and self-centeredness, taking all you can for yourself and not caring about another as long as you are okay. But you will know when you start to explore it for yourself that being in your pure spiritual state is the one thing that will always bring you joy. The more you feel this joy, the more you'll want to feel it, so you will crave this state. Once you let others glimpse it, they will want to feel that joy too. There will be resistance from those who don't want the world to change, and those who have most to lose from the current setup will have the most resistance and the most power to assert their resistance. But know, I will protect you always. Don't let their resistance pull you off your path and make you believe you must suffer. You will only create the suffering then for yourself. Listen to me above them. Trust me above them. Create your own life as your soul wanted to. I am not asking you to turn your life upside down in a moment, to start a revolution in your own life that spreads. I am asking you to start an internal revolution within yourself. It is the internal change that then leads to the outer change, which is more gradual. Focus on the internal changes, and when you are ready, the world around you will change, and you will help it change. Focus on that personal connection with me, and make it blatant in every second, and all else will fall out from that. Everything you do will change when you change internally. Every interaction with another will change. You will be coming from a different space of loving and caring and sharing. Others will be surprised, but they will love to be treated like this. It may take them time to get used to it and accept it, and they may even think at first that you are manipulating them. But as you hold fast in your new life and soul, and as they learn that you are sincere and you are not going to suddenly change back to your old ways, then they will accept this new you, and they will start to feel the change within themselves. This will be a slow and gentle revolution, as the world changes one person at a time. You may ask, how can this approach change the institutions and governments that hold so much power and sway? But can the water not erode a mighty cliff, one wave at a time? The institutions, the governments, are made up of people just like you. And when this epidemic of love hits all, even they will change. They will be forced to change, but forced in a gentle, loving way. For they will not be able to hold on to their old ways of anger and aggression when they are surrounded by love. They will not be able to withstand being affected by this love. Just as you have infected each other with fear and negativity and selfishness, so you can infect each other with love and joy and bliss, and let another see the divine in you in every second. This does mean that you will have to act. After the internal change within you, you will have to show and manifest this change in the external world. But is this not easy, as you all have responsibility for your own actions and reactions? As your expectations change, the actions of others will change to meet these expectations. Everything will snowball, but in a loving, gentle way. Have you not been touched by the actions of others in the past? Do you not realize you have the same power to connect with another and change their perspective? This is a gentle revolution I speak of, a revolution of light and love. Do not denigrate your soul purpose by thinking yourself unworthy of it. Remember that all you need to do is unburden yourself. Let go of your fear, your guilt, your shame, your regret, your grief, and your feelings of unworthiness. Release them as easily as you release a breath from your body. This will be the greatest thing you can do in your path of healing yourself. And once you heal yourself, you can truly heal others. Sometimes there's a delay between the healing you feel in your soul, the upliftment in your spirit, and when you feel this healing in and through your body. It is in these times that you start to believe that the healing has not worked, when actually it is your impatience that has made you give up and revert to old habits before the results have had time to seep through to your physical being and your physical life. Know that what you feel in your soul is true. Trust in this and hold out until you see the results develop in your physical life. Do not give up too soon as you have done in the past. Now you know you can trust and wait in joyous expectation for the results, for the positive changes in your life. You are impatient beings, and sometimes these changes do not manifest as quickly as you would like, but know they are coming. Take the time to prepare yourself for these new changes, this new way of being. Do not sit and wallow and ask why you are still suffering from the results of your past wrong thoughts. Ask how you can ready yourself and your life for the new life that you know is coming. In this way, you can stay positive as the results seep from the spirit through to the physical. You can step towards this new life as it steps towards you. Other times you encounter a situation that has caused you sadness and grief and disappointment before, and you fall back into this mode in expectation before the event has even occurred. You decide that this event must occur in the same way it has before, and therefore create and replicate this event through your actions and demeanour. But if you come to each event fresh, knowing you control and create your life, knowing anything is possible, you can choose to experience whatever may take place in a totally different way. This is your choice, always your choice. Be wary of your habits, especially these unconscious ones, and once you bring them to your awareness, they will change. In every moment, turn to what your sole purpose is and live from that. At the moment, you most often live from what your ego and mind expect, despite these expectations being a false sense of life created from years of unconscious reactions to events and never from a deliberate choosing on your part. Decide now to live from your soul and to choose in every moment to act from your soul instead of react to events, which is often a reaction to a past history of events and not even to the current experience of that event. Always turn to your soul for guidance, to remember the path you chose for yourself and create the path now as you freely choose. Your soul is your true guiding light. Use it as such. Refuse to crash onto the rocks because you have turned away from your light and covered it in years of wrong thinking or buried it under wrong attitudes that have been taken from others and not from yourself. This requires trust, but it will not be long before you have proven to yourself the rightness of your actions when you are guided by your soul. You will also rapidly see how your life flows when you live from your soul. Your soul knows exactly what it needs to complete its purpose here on this earth. Use its wisdom. Remember, it is the true you, the real you. The you currently consider real is a construct made up of the things you have learned from others, or the things you have chosen to believe when others have expressed their opinion about you. So you are currently choosing to follow a construct made by people who do not know you and who do not themselves know how to create their own lives as they wish. Turn things on their head, show them the way, be your own true self, live only from your own true self. Once you start to live from your soul and not your ego, not your mind gone awry, you will change your world. You will ignite the soul light in others and become a part of the revolution of light. It will happen to all eventually. Choose to act now and to live in happiness now, following your true path. Be soul focused. As a camera shoots what you focus on, so your life is shaped by and becomes what you focus on. Once you change your focus to the focus of your soul, all will be transformed. The right things will be brought into the light. You will create the beautiful composition you always knew in your heart was yours. So let's just take a moment to close our eyes again, to let those beautiful words settle in our hearts. And as you gently breathe into your heart, just remembering you can release all you no longer need, as simply as releasing a breath from your body. Just letting everything you no longer need flow out now as you breathe out. And as you breathe in, becoming aware of your heart as your center of love. Opening your heart and letting that beautiful energy of love start to flow out into the world. as you choose this moment to become a part of the beautiful, gentle epidemic of love that will spread across the world. Feeling yourself centered and balanced in your own heart. Letting your heart connect you to your soul, to your own inner guidance. Now this is my guidance on how you can put these words into action now. Remember, you are perfect. You are born a perfect soul. You do not need healed. You do not need fixed. Your perception of the world may need healed. What you choose to believe may need healed. But you are a perfect soul and do not need fixed. You are perfect to your core, whether or not you are yet displaying that perfection to the world. Accept that you are simply learning how to express this perfection that is within you. You may be expressing this imperfectly right now as you learn to let go of all your false ideas, but you can express and display a little more of that perfection every day. Life is not about becoming something better or different, but about expressing who you inherently are. You are worthy. You are good enough. You do not have to flagellate yourself to make yourself worthy. Until you can express your perfection fully, embrace the fact that right now you are perfectly imperfect and imperfectly perfect. Always remember, you don't have to try and strive to be your perfect soul self. You just need to know you already are. It's there waiting to break out when you let it. And I think that's a beautiful point to end on, that it is that letting go. It's letting go of the trying and striving. It's letting go of all we no longer need. It's letting go, surrendering to our souls, surrendering to the divine within us. And just remembering this is a beautiful and gentle inner revolution of light and love. So always turning back to that inner guidance and the light and the love that lies within you. So thanks for listening, and until next week, stay safe and take care.